Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us in this talk session with BioHorizons Camlog. My name is Ana Molina. I'm part of the board of SEPA Foundation, and I am today with you and with Professor Juan Blanco from the University of Santiago de Compostela. He's the head of the regeneration community of SEPA. We are also with Veronica Vargas. She's head of BioHorizons Global Events and Education. And I have with us as well, it's okay? Thank you. Branislav Kostadionov, which is the head of biomaterials from BioHorizons. And I would like to start with Branislav to ask you a few questions because you're head of biomaterials. And even though BioHorizons is very well known for its implants, you also have a very wide portfolio of biomaterials. Could you please give us a short insight in which are the materials that we can find in BioHorizons Camlog portfolio?
Thank you, Anna. Yes, indeed, we have very comprehensive biomaterials portfolio covering basically everything what let's say, from the xenogenic portfolio through synthetic one, also the allergenic portfolio, so that we are able to cover all clinical needs and the patient's needs from this point of view. So we have huge portfolio, and each clinician could find the right solution for their clinical situation.
One of the starts of your portfolio is the Novomatrix membrane. Could you give us some insights into what is new with Novomatrix? Because we have been using it for a while. Do we have some research coming up?
Yes, we have research ongoing with different universities around the world. Different clinicians are already testing this since 3 years, and the special thing about the Novomatrix is it's really something different on the market. It's an exclusive product that you can also only find with BioHorizons Camlog. It's a product that basically undergoes very special manufacturing process. It's a dermal matrix. It's a pure dermal matrix, but different. So that's really important to say. And we see that the first clinical results are very promising, coming also from the Professor Juan Blanco, Professor Anton Skulan, Katja Nelson, many others. Universities around the world is already starting to use, and also to have some scientific publications behind.
Okay, good. And you have a very, very novel material that, if I am not wrong, was presented like 2 or 3 weeks ago in Rome. So we are not going to make any spoiler because it's already there in the market. Can you give us some insights about it?
Yeah, that's also the new exclusive product, only for BioHorizons Camlog. It's a collagen membrane, but also similar to the Novomatrix. Also, it's a new generation of the collagen membranes that we are bringing now on the market. We're currently in so-called pre-launch phase, so only with defined customers, and we expect to bring the product fully on the market and end of this year in the European EMEA countries. We already started the sales in the US market, but for the Europe we are preparing this now.
To wait, but we are looking forward to it. So I will jump to Professor Juan Blanco. Professor Juan Blanco is the head of the regeneration community here in SEPA, and BioHorizons Camlog has been a very close partner with us. So what projects have you already developed in the regeneration community together with BioHorizons Camlog?
Well, the first meeting that we had was 2 years ago or 3 years ago during almost the pandemic, when we had the summit in Santiago de Compostela. And of course, we had several possibilities to show their products, let's say the Novomatrix particularly. And I think the summit in Santiago was very nice. Of course, it was in remote because it was online. Since we had a problem with the pandemic. Also, we did a hands-on course in our clinic, and I think with this kind of biomaterial, we can say that it has several indications, not only for soft tissue, but probably for hard tissue also. So for guided bone regeneration. So I think the possibility of using this kind of novel, let's say, collagen membranes or extracellular dermal matrix is very interesting because they are not only composed of collagen, but also some proteins that I think is very important. And of course, this year we are going to have the second edition here well, not here in Madrid because we're in Sevilla, but in Madrid in October. And we are very keen on doing this again summit about regeneration because I think it's one of the most important topics from a clinical point of view. And again, we are going to work with them not only in the main symposium, but also with some probably press symposium, corporate forums, and if they agree, this is something that we have to manage still and to do some hands-on again with the different portfolio about biomaterials, not only for soft tissue, but also for hard tissue.
I'm sure that clinicians will be eager to participate in those hands-on and take profit of your expertise as a clinician. So I would like to ask you, from your point of view as a clinician and as a researcher as well, which is the role of soft tissues whenever we are dealing with peri-implant diseases and peri-implant health? How important is the soft tissue and how can we improve it?
Of course, we have to understand that the dental implants are not only osseointegrated, they have also to be soft tissue integrated. And if we are not able to understand these characteristics of from a histological point of view, we are not going to do an outstanding treatment. So since from my point of view, it's very important to understand that the sealing that the soft tissue is going to produce around the tissues and around the pre-implant, around the neck of the implant is mandatory. Otherwise, the biofilm is going to be in contact with the connective tissue and, of course, is going to be immediately inflamed and first with mucositis and afterwards with peri-implantitis. So, in my opinion, treating in the best as possible the soft tissue is very important.
Whenever we want to improve the quality and the quantity of soft tissues around implants and we cannot, for whatever reason, use autogenous tissue, which would be, from your point of view as a clinician and as a researcher, the best substitute? Or what characteristics can we ask for that substitute?
It's not my opinion, it's what we have in literature. In literature, clearly, according to a systematic review, a Cochrane systematic review in the indication of root coverage, the best substitute is the extracellular dermal matrix. So nothing to say. You know the brand name. So
let's be a little bit critical. What can be improved from those substitutes? Which are the shortcomings so far?
For me, the
say the pros and cons. Huh?
Yeah. For me, the things that should be improved is not only to have or to work as an osteoconductive product, but also as an osteoinductive product. And we have in literature preclinical data that they are able to dope these kind of biomaterials, and the data are there, where this membrane or this collagen membrane is one of the best. So I think they are able, these kind of biomaterials are able to release slowly these growth factors, and probably, why not, using a mixture or in a combined indication, this kind of collagen membranes plus the LPRF. Mm-hmm. That is a membrane that is very rich in growth factors. So I think the direction and the research has to go in this way.
For sure, and the future
Mixing
is promising.
Everything.
Yes, and I'm sure that BioHorizons will lead that future and will give us many more innovations in the near future. But talking about the near future, Veronica, which are the next events and education events that you are planning? Can you give us some calendar days to mark?
Thank you, Ana. Yes, so I think it's certain that for the company, the core competency besides science and innovation is to achieve high standards of excellence in education. And we want to maintain that level and go above and beyond that. Right after the pandemic, we have seen that there is a huge demand for educational courses, and they get more and more picky every time by our clinicians. They want to learn from educators that are experts in certain areas to learn from protocols, techniques that they can actually put in practice when they come back to their clinic. And that's exactly where we play a major role, is to identify those high-level key opinion leaders that have also been involved in research with our products and have shown tremendous results, to be able to support them, grow them, within this community of clinicians, and bring groups from all over the world. We target markets from the Asia-Pacific region all the way to Latin America, Western Europe, Central Europe, North Africa, Middle East is a very important region. And what we are focusing now is to have strong collaborations with society meetings like SEPA, with the extension of these meetings in specialty markets as well, like the Perio Society in Saudi Arabia. We'll have presence this year in the month of November there. We'll have presence in Colombia in September. Also at the Perio Society meeting there, you were there last year, Ana. And these are important strategic events for us. And then coming down the ladder, we can look into a global education tour that makes stops in key markets around the world, where we are sending clinicians from all over Europe, also the US as well, to deliver these programs. And then down again in the ladder, we look at the support of the institutes that we support on a daily basis, working closely with many important names in the industry, to name a few: Dr. Tiziano Testori, Dr. Luca Cordaro, giving support in many university approaches as well. And we are very excited to continue delivering these programs. Anyone is welcome to look at the full list in detail of all the content, the scientific content of these programs, through our website, www.biohorizonscamlog.com. And just looking forward now to the events in 2024, because the year is ending for us and we're trying to plan ahead of time to stay abreast with the competition.
We mentioned BioHorizons Camlog during our talk, but can you explain to us which is the role of BioHorizons Camlog in the Oral Reconstruction Foundation, how they work together?
Absolutely. So we are a strategic partner for the foundation. We're working very closely with them, giving as much support as we can. The foundation has been growing tremendously, and I think one of the main focus right now is to take a look at the requests that we are receiving from global markets. We just had a quite interesting meeting 2 weeks ago in support of the foundation in Rome, very successful, with delegations coming from all over the world. And during that meeting, there were also some planning meetings to see where strategically the foundation will start having presence through sections, looking into the Asia-Pacific territory, in Japan, China as main core markets, and then hopefully moving forward into the additional ones. So we are here to serve the foundation, to support them, to be a pillar for them, and to continue achieving the success that they have already been doing.
And last, since you are the head of scientific events and education, I would like to ask you to give us some spoilers on what is going to happen at the Regeneration Summit in October in Madrid. Can we have some names? Because I know that the program is not already released, but could you give us some, just a little bit of a spoiler?
I'll give you a teaser for now. So this is a program that is ongoing. We're in the development of it, but we are in discussions right now with Dr. Luca Cordaro.
Yeah.
And the idea during the Regeneration Summit in Madrid will be to also take advantage of the presence there. We have a strong presence in Spain, and do our soft launch of Stratate Plus, which is the new product that Branislav just mentioned earlier. So be there. If you happen to have the opportunity to participate, we highly encourage to do so. I know that SEPA is working on a very strong program for that, and we would love to have the opportunity to present this product to our audience there.
So we will save the date and we'll see each other again in October in Madrid. So thank you very much for your presence here and your time, and see you in October.
Some questions to answer in Spanish?
If you want.
Some questions to answer in Spanish if you prefer. No, you, Branislav, but maybe Veronica, if you want to say something or...
I would probably like to say just a quick statement. Quisiera dar simplemente las gracias a los miembros de SEPA que han sido parte de la organización de la Federación Ibero-Panamericana de Periodoncia. Me voy admirada completamente por la participación y la acogida que ha habido para los países dentro de Latinoamérica, Brasil, Portugal, y la presencia que hemos tenido en el evento de ayer. Tuve la oportunidad de estar presente durante todas las ponencias, y en realidad se nota la calidad de ponentes y material que se mostró ahí. Y contenta de continuar participando como como un partner de FIP y esperando más estrategias a futuro para estos países que también están hambrientos de este tipo de reuniones. Contentos de participar en la sección de Colombia y Perú este año. Ya tenemos participación a través de líderes de opinión en estos eventos en el 2023. Y bueno, a la espera de saber cómo podemos contribuir para la edición del 2026 en Lima.
Sin duda, sin duda. Y estaremos allí, nos veremos.
Muy bien.